Well, iwi leaders are urging the Prime Minister not to give in to pressure around the partnership between Māori and the Crown.
There have been calls for the government to drop the use of the label co-governance, but Māori say to do so would be succumbing to racism. Political reporter Amelia Wade is in Waitangi.
No chance of letting a little sunburn get in the way of a paddle.
Us gingers have got to know our limitations.
The Prime Minister hoping to get the waka going in the right direction. Chris Hipkins today attempting to dig the government out of its co-governance mess. It was an idea introduced to our everyday language with the Three Waters legislation, and it meant sharing the management of water assets between Māori and the Crown. But it's now accepted that that message failed.
Because we've been doing so many different things, actually we probably haven't created the space to make sure people understand what we're doing and why we're doing it.
This issue of co-governance, which when you actually start to look at it is a really positive thing that shouldn't be feared.
Hipkins today met with iwi leaders at Waitangi and they issued an almighty challenge.
There is a need to understand and address racism in this country, and over recent times it's got a lot more urgent.
There is a level of frustration among iwi that again, iwi and Māori are being used as a political platform.
Will he succumb to the attack dogs of the National Party and ACT as they fan the flames of racism and anti-Māori sentiments and throw us under the bus?
And what's fanning those flames of racism? The muddied waters of co-governance.
I certainly think the opposition and National and ACT have used to, as they have done in the past, they've used uncertainty to try and stoke fear.
I really hoped that we'd see a more constructive approach from the new Prime Minister, saying what he thinks co-government is, rather than attacking ACT and National.
Ben Thomas was the spin doctor for National's Treaty Negotiations Minister Chris Hipkins when they started using the mechanism of co-governance in treaty settlements, like the Waikato River.
I looked at it and thought, I wonder if people will get confused about whether this is about government, and probably at the time should have spent a couple of hours whiteboarding a better name for it.
I love the phrase mahi tahi, working together. Ultimately that's what it's about. It's about the Crown working with Māori to advance our common interests.
The government lost control of the co-governance narrative over Three Waters and allowed it to become the monster that many Kiwis fear. The Prime Minister's challenge now is to get that waka back on track while keeping Māori on side and not letting it become the political football. Amelia Wade, Newshub.